Let's be real, Black Friday is designed to make us overspend. You are bombarded with ads, countdowns, and once-in-a-lifetime deals. But how often do you end up regretting those purchases, realizing later that they were not such a great deal after all? I know the feeling, buying things that I didn't need, thinking I was saving money, only to find myself later with a lighter wallet and a pile of stuff that I barely use. It's frustrating, right? So I'll show you exactly how to avoid falling into those traps. I'll share my go-to strategies to staying financially smart during this Black Friday chaos. And also 2 incredible books that help me to rethink my relationships with money, and 1 simple practice to stop impulse buying in its tracks. And if you're new here and you're interested in more tips about well-being, balanced living, building healthier relationships with money, make sure to hit this like button and subscribe to my channel. I post content just like this to help you live more intentionally and to be in control of your life. So let's get into it. So let's dig into why Black Friday makes us overspend in the first place. It's not your fault. This day is designed to manipulate our emotions. The sales create a sense of urgency, making you feel that if you don't buy now, you will miss it forever. Companies use tactics like countdown timers, bold 50% off signs, and even psychological triggers like scarcity. And here is a trick they use. They focus on the discount and not on the actual cost to you. Think about it. Seeing save 200 euros makes your brain light up, even if the item still costs 500 euros. That's how I got hooked on a luxurious shoes a few years ago. I was thinking, oh my god, I'm saving 450 euros. But honestly, I wasn't saving. Instead, I was spending money on something I didn't need. Any good news here? Once you are aware of all those tricks, it's much easier to resist. And that's exactly what I'll help you do in this video. Okay, so how do we stop falling for this trap? Here are some nice strategies to use. First of all, make a plan. Before the sales even begin, I sit down and write out a list of what I actually need. And I'm talking about real needs, not things I suddenly want because they are discounted. This helps me stay focused when all those deals are screaming at me. I also set a strict budget. And I mean strict. I decide how much I can spend overall, whether it's 50 euros or 500 euros. And I don't go a cent over it. When you give yourself those boundaries, it's easier to resist the temptation to go overboard. When I see something I really want, I don't buy it immediately. I think it over. I give myself 24 hours for that. And guess what? Most of the time I realize I don't actually need that. And that saved me so much money over the years. The 4th strategy is price comparing. Use tools and websites like marketplaces to compare prices, because I've actually found out that Black Friday deals sometimes were not deals at all, and the items were cheaper at the other times of the year than on Black Friday. Crazy, right? And the last but not least, invest in yourself instead. This might sound a little crazy or cheesy, but instead of spending on things, I've started to spend on things that make me better. And this brings me to one of the books I wanted to advise you to read that completely changed my perspective on money. This book is an absolute game changer. One of the things it taught me is to think about spending money in terms of your life energy. For example, when you buy something, you're not just spending your money on that, you're spending the time you worked to earn those euros. So the next time you are tempted by Black Friday, ask yourself, is this worth 3 hours of my life? And here is the thing, this book is not just about being stingy. It's about spending in a way that aligns with your values. Now I realize that I didn't need to buy more stuff. I wanted to save more for experiences and things that genuinely brought me joy, like traveling, on spending spending time with my loved ones, because memories is something that will never fade or become outdated. Okay, this book is not directly about spending your money, but just hear me out. This book has taught me the power of small, consistent actions and how they actually transform your life. And one of the habits I developed after reading this book is asking myself, does this purchase help me become the person I want to be? For example, when I see a deal on something like a piece of tech, I pause and ask myself if it aligns with my long-term goals, and usually the answer is no. This book is all about being intentional with any of your choices. And now I want to share a quick practice with you that helped me to make smarter spending decisions, especially on Black Friday, and I call it a mindful spending pause. Here is how it works. I know it can sound a little funny, but just try it yourself. It's so powerful. When you're about to buy something, stop and take a deep breath. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I really need this? Will I actually use this, or will it just collect dust? Does this align with my financial goals and the person I want to become? Okay, let me give you an example. Last year, I saw a beautiful coat on sale. It was 60% off, and I was like, what a deal. But I paused, did this little exercise I've just told you about, and realized I already had 3 coats of the same color and almost the same style. That pause saved me over 300 euros, just like that. And honestly, I've never regretted not buying it. This practice takes less than a minute, but it can help you to save hundreds, maybe thousands over time. And to wrap it all up, Black Friday doesn't have to be a financial disaster just waiting to happen. With a little planning, some mindfulness, and the strategies we've just discussed, you can protect your wallet and focus on what matters for you, not for those marketers or brands all around the world. And I want to help as many people as possible to avoid the stress and overwhelming and regrets that comes with overspending on Black Friday. So if you found those tips useful, please click the share button and send it to your friends or family. Let's spread the word and help more people make smarter choices this year. And don't forget, if you're interested in more content on well-being, building better habits, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. By the way, let me know in the comments, what's one Black Friday purchase you've regretted in the past, or share a tip that helped you to stay in control. I'd love to hear from you. Take care, stay intentional, and I'll see you in the next video.